Yeah, you're saying people get less of what they deserve because they'll do even more work and they won't get compensated. Yep, that proves that the app increases equality. Yes.
I'm gonna try to do the whole.
The whole argument speech?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, first with his Hillcom 97 card, he says that work is more than a commodity. Work is a commodity. The commodity is defined as an economic good, and work generates money, which is an economic good, so therefore it is no more than a commodity. Then he says that people have the right to protest at work. People have no right to protesting against the very employers who pay them to they have money to live. Therefore, economic this is the term. Then go to his point B. He says living wages that increase democratic participation. Actually, living wages is bad for democracy because it increases governmental control, and a democracy is centered around the idea that people are the government. So that's the term. Then go to his unwalden card. He says that living wage campaigns give people greater, allow them to greater pursue their interests. Turn living wages is nothing to pursue their interests because these people are the bottom class, and if you give them more money, they can spend more money on their necessities, which is not preserve the opportunities for self-sufficient.
Okay, so I think your response about how it harms democracy because it increases government control is definitely a turn. Good job. I think the last one about, yes. Very brave to go in front of the group. I think the last one, you say like, people, like a living wage, they'll still be poor, they'll still misspend their money, so they don't pursue the good. You want to say that they can do that less in the world of the affirmative. You need to show that comparatively negating is better than affirming. So some of the responses were just like, this is not true. But you need to prove, like, farther than not just that it's not true, but that the opposite statement is true. So like, living wages decrease political participation because now people are fine that they have their paycheck, they're not involved in politics, for instance. But very good job, especially that turn about increasing government control. Yes?
Good question.
Yep.
So on the first part of subpoint 3, we talk about how people who make more money are more likely to vote. I say that this is like a correlation rather than causation, and the evidence provided by what which gives more causational evidence, so it's more comparable. Would that be an offensive argument?
The card would be offensive. That argument itself would just be a reason to prefer your card. So it would help you get offense, but it wouldn't be offense in and of itself. But you should definitely make that argument because it helps leverage your other claims. Good question. Does anyone want to maybe, you can either just explain a turn you made, you don't have to give it in real, yeah.
I said you'll be decreasing company competitiveness because the companies will be losing money and human capital that they can be putting in development and innovation.
Yep, and that responds to the, I forget which card it was, but there was a card that mentioned like worker productivity and like benefits. Yeah. And so he proved the opposite of that because they're losing money. That's very clearly a turn. Anyone else? Unsure if something was a turn or wasn't a turn? Yeah, in the back.
On the kill card, I made a term that talks about how the nature of being a worker modifies them, and so when you say that they aren't seen as a commodity because they're being paid for it, I said that someone else is always going to be a higher power over them, so they're always going to follow what someone else tells them to because they are workers. So the nature of being a worker is
I think you're on the way there. I think what you could do to make it even stronger is the app's mindset that we have the employer be like the solution to the struggles of the worker worsens the power dichotomy because now the employee's entire life is in the employer's hand. And I think that makes the argument you were making in a slightly more offensive manner. Any other argument? Yeah.
So can you tell me improve my first 2 terms of the
What? I'm sorry, what'd you say?
Can you tell me improve my first?
Yes.
Okay, so they said that like work is just a commodity, and then I said that people don't understand the complicated
So, I think you need to phrase it more as like people are commodified more in the world of the affirmative, or people get less of what they deserve. So, for instance, the term explained by Tasia, right, said that people get less of what they deserve because they're overworked and they don't get enough money. Any other questions, specific terms? Yes.
The Walden part said like it gives democracy and autonomy.
Yep.
What if Freud said like that actually reduces it because it used to be like
Yeah, and just explain like why autonomy is good for democracy. But yeah. Yep, very good. Yep.
If I said unliving wages incentivizes outsourcing, increases unemployment, which decreases political participation, is that a term like a VA?
It's more of a disadvantage that turns the argument through the argument about unemployment being bad for political participation. Yes.
On the bottom, like on the democracy argument, I said that like because the affirmative like includes that employers are required to do something that it of course needs to or it decreases the amount of autonomy you have, so it's worse for democracy and that would
Just explain why the autonomy is necessary for democracy, and yes, that would have the implication. Yep.
About the living wage helps with wealth gaps. Can you help me with like what a response could have been to that?
Yeah, you can say most of the poor are unemployed, so a living wage actually worsens the wealth gap because it just puts the middle class further up, leaving the poor further behind. Yep.
I think it was off the list evidence, but also said that with more income, people can pursue their own interests. On it, they can't pursue their own interests because the living wage lifts them up into the 10,000 to 20,000 annual income zone, which means that the government starts phasing out the benefits they have, which means they end up with less money.
Yes, that is directly attended. Very good. Good. Any other questions, you can come up and ask them. You can also start heading to lab. Good job.
What about the more stable workforce? What was the argument?
How to turn that argument?